one step, you will see the inside of her head.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I want to first and foremost issue a hearty welcome back to YouTube to Jordan B Peterson. I know from time to time he has watched my videos and interacted with me on Twitter, and I want him to know personally from me, I'm really glad to see you back. You know, I'm sure that you're still recovering, and I'm sure that you're still unsure of yourself, but know that people really are pulling for you. And you know what? If you're watching this video, leave a like, leave a positive comment to Jordan in the comment section down below. I'll send this video his way, and maybe we'll get a response from him. You never know. He's done it before. Yesterday, Jordan B Peterson posted a video saying, "I'm back." The video currently, we'll take a look at in a minute. I'm alive. Jordan B Peterson back in Canada after lengthy medical treatment. He says in new emotional videos. Now, Peterson says he was suffering from severely impaired health after using certain things to treat himself and against anxiety, and then stopping their use. Now, the reason I want to make this video is because it's a chance for me to share with you like a little more personal information about myself. You know, I'm somebody who suffers from anxiety. I always have a pill bottle of alprazolam next to me in my pocket in my car. It sucks. All right. I'm flying out to be on Timcast in a week or two here, and I have to make special requests. When his assistant emails me when they're buying a plane ticket, I have to say, hey, you know, I really appreciate, you know, you bringing me on, but also I need a first class ticket, and I need it to be a direct flight, and I need it to be in the first row because I need to be the first on and first off a plane. Of course, I will pay for the difference, but I just feel like a piece of garbage even asking that. But the problem is, if I sit way in the back of the plane, I get anxious, or if there's a layover, I get anxious. Whatever it is about being in that tube, not being able to get off, has always triggered my anxiety, and it sucks. It held me back. It's held me back from going to meet a lot of people and friends and across the country. And I guess you know, I just can relate with that. Now, I know that his wife obviously going through things, and the whole diet thing. I don't want to speculate, but I do want to say that I'm just really glad he's back. I genuinely thought we were going to lose him there for a while. I think like the literal combination of achieving, like, imagine just, I mean, it happens, right? It happens all the time on the internet. Somebody gets super famous overnight. That's enough to handle the way it is. And then with Jordan, who really wasn't prepared for this, who didn't like have a long career. Like, look, if I suddenly went to 10 million subscribers tomorrow, it's something that I think I could handle. By the way, I'm pushing for 1 million by Christmas. I hope today will be the day I earn that subscription. There's a red subscribe button down below this video. I really appreciate it if you subscribe today. That said, if I went to 10 million, which is, you know, almost an unfathomable number for most people, it's like I already have 900,000. So it's like it would just be more of kind of the same. But Jordan kind of went from this like professor who was kind of thrust into the spotlight. He's never really a social media personality, a YouTuber. Then he was doing a book tour and a speaking tour. And then for whatever reason, he went on this all meat diet, which I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist, but apparently I don't think it helped him. I mean, it helped him, he says, in ways, but then in other ways. And I have known people who have taken the same prescriptions he did and had a lot of trouble getting off them. Him, now, according to his new videos, he had been in 3 different rehabilitation facilities in Serbia, in the United States, and in Toronto, I think, or Serbia, Russia, the United States, whatever it was, like several different locations. And, you know, it's a lot. So I mean, I understand. I felt like, man, he had a lot going on there. I think there's probably more to it than we know, but ultimately I'm glad he's back. Jordan Peterson, the Canadian psychology professor who skyrocketed to fame before vanishing from the public eye for nearly a year, has posted an emotional new video online explaining that he's back home in Toronto after months of seeking treatment for withdrawal. Hopefully, much of that is behind me and I can return something resembling a normal life, Peterson said. And, you know, one thing that wasn't mentioned, that I will mention, is the insane amount of cancel culture Jordan B. Peterson had to deal with. Being called just terrible things by thousands and tens and thousands of people, and having mainstream media outlets print. I mean, I know what it's like to have like one article written by a nobody who says terrible things about you. I don't know how I would deal with having mainstream media running the same kind of stuff. In an 8-minute video, Peterson explains that he had been suffering from severely impaired health. He had used, obviously, different things in terms of treatment for anxiety in 2016 and 17. He then stopped their use, which he said led to withdrawal and neurological damage, kicking off the search for specialists who could help him. That's put me in and out of hospitals for much of the past year, he said. Peterson said that he started using them and really never gave it a second thought. That was a mistake, to say the very least. The University of Toronto professor found stardom over his objection to the Bill C-16, which is a piece of legislation that adds gender identity to the Canadian human rights and criminal codes. He then published the best-selling self-help book, 12 Rules for Life, and has been a columnist for the National Post and a widely viewed YouTube speaker. Peterson said that during his treatment, took him from Connecticut to Russia to Serbia and then back home to Canada, is what kept him going during the worst period of his life was family, friends, and the ability to keep working and writing. Now, I think that Jordan B. Peterson, obviously, I understand that many people will say that this is just me like fanboying or something, but he served, in my opinion, as a surrogate father figure, not a replacement of a father, but a surrogate father figure for many young men and millennial men who maybe had left the home but still needed extra guidance, still needed to learn how to be confident in themselves. And it taught a lot of people to kind of look into things more and to be able to push back confidently and doing your research. And I hope that he continues to do that work, because men don't have a lot of intellectual role models. It's mostly athletes out there. And I think that there needs to be more people like Jordan B. Peterson out there. Of course, the guy's not alt-right. It's absurd to say that. He's just, I think, a traditional man with traditional views. And even his book, it's not exactly like earth-shattering stuff. It's pretty generic, but it hit home for a lot of people. Goes on to say, he said he's working on his next book and has plans of a new video series on his second book of the Bible, Exodus. He's already had a series on Genesis, the first book of the Bible. But first, he said he's going to do a book of Proverbs. And just look at the warm welcome Jordan's gotten. He uploaded this video at some point yesterday, I know exactly when, 245,000 upvotes to 1,000 losers. 50,000 comments, 1.16 million views. I mean, just when you thought 2020 was going to be the biggest garbage fire ever, when the world needed him most, Jordan B. Peterson returned. I'm still very concerned for his health. He seems different in this video. He seems certainly weaker and frazzled. But it's cool to see him back making videos, which is, I hope will find him some comfort. A return to normalcy, I think, is probably really helpful for somebody who's basically had the last year that can only be described as a total nightmare. Welcome back, Jordan B. Peterson. I'm really happy to see you making videos again. I'm really, really pulling for you to continue to improve, and we'll talk to you all again real soon.